Okay, so our next measure of central tendency is the median. And the median is, these are really straightforward concepts. It's just the number that's in the middle. It's the score that divides the distribution into two equal parts. And so you can see in our little example here that they've taken all these people's heights and they have lined them up in sequence. And the height that is exactly in the middle, 4 from each end, that is the median. So in this case, I'm going to take it out of screen show mode so I can properly write. So in this case, come back. There we go. All right. And so in this case, the median is 62 inches. I could get this ribbon to go away. So it's right here. It's the one in the middle. 4 on this side, 4 on this side. And so it's even right in the middle. And one more change in the setting here. I'm going to pause my recording because I really do need to have a pen. There we go. Okay, so the median represents the middle of the distribution. If we were going to figure out the median for this score, we would have 2 steps to follow. We would have to first rank the numbers from smallest to largest. And so we can do it like this. The 1 is the lowest. And then there's no 2, but there's a 3. There's another 3. I don't see any 4s. I don't see any 5s. I see a 6. I see a 7 and another 7. And I see 3 8s. So to find the number in the center, do I have all of them written down? And a 9. There we go. So this is how we've just ranked them in order. So now we just count over and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're stuck in the middle with 2 numbers. And we have an easy solution because the 2 numbers are the same. So in this case, we would say median, which I'm going to abbreviate MDN, equals 7. We already discovered that the mode equaled 8, and the median equals 7. Now, if these 2 numbers were, let's say, something like this, instead of having the 7 there, we had, let's say, a 5, then we would have to take the average of these 2 numbers. And the average in that case would not be 7, it would be 6. And so in the case that we had this distribution, we would take the average of the 2 numbers in the middle. Now, if it was a little bit easier situation and we didn't have this 9 in the group, and we could then count over. So let me rewrite these numbers and not circle them. And so now we're counting. We counted 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to count 4 here. Here's our 5 and our 7. We would count 1, 2, 3, 4. And now there's just 1 number in the middle. And in this case, our mode would be 5. Our median would be 5. And our mode would still be 8. So the median is the best measure of central tendency when we have ordinal variables or variables that should be ranked. When scores can be arranged from lowest to highest, then we can find a median. But notice if we had nominal variables, like just say, people's favorite color or something, then we cannot use the median because there's no order that would be appropriate. And we don't have to do any calculations unless we have to calculate, unless there's two numbers in the middle and we have to figure out the average, but there's no math involved in finding the median. So here are some scores. The stress ratings of 10 students in the first week of statistics class. And I would like to ask each of you to find the median. And when you come up with the answer, go ahead and submit it in the chat. And then people in the classroom, I'm going to call on one of you in particular to indicate your answer. First step is to rank them in sequence and then find the middle number. Thanks, Shannon. All right, I see a few, I need to see a couple more answers online, and then I'm going to ask someone in the classroom. Finding the median. Sean, thank you. I'd like to hear from Safra, and let me see who else is in here. Aaron, if you're still in here, I'd like to hear from all of you. I somehow lost my view of you, so I'm hoping to find you again. All I saw was Sean and Shannon in terms of responding to this problem. Okay, Aaron, Safra. So I'm seeing different answers. Let me find out what Colin in the classroom, can you speak up really loudly because I'd like to hear what you're thinking on this?
Well, it's between 7 and 8, yeah.
Okay, and Stephanie, did you come up with the same thing?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right, good. And so if it's between two numbers, if that's your answer, what should we do?
Divide to find the average.
We'll find the average, right? So what number would be, if let's look at it then. So if we have, let's just do the quick ranking. Let me get my pen back here. So we have the 1, the 2, the 4. I don't see a 5, but we have a 6. I don't see a 7. I do see a 7. And we have 8, 8, 8, 9, 10. 8, 8, 8, 9, 10. And so let's start counting. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're ending up with the 7 and the 8 in the middle. And so what do we have to do? We have to take whatever would come right between them. And what would that be? That comes right in the middle or is the average?
7.5.
It's 7.5. And if you aren't sure, you know, it's the number in the middle. 7.5 comes right between 7 and 8. So if, you know, we know that from our shoe sizes. But if you did want to do it mathematically, you would just send 7 plus 8. And you divide by the numbers. There's two numbers in here. Divided by 2 equals 15. Divided by 2 equals 7.5. So if you couldn't just see it with your eyes, that's how you would calculate it. So in this case, the median is 7.5. So that's the end of the content on the median for now. We'll do a little more later, but are there any questions on this?